What's going on, everybody? How are you doing? An object at rest always stays at rest, always be moving. And today is no different. There's no other day. There's no pretty much, every day is a different day. And pretty much, but we do the same thing every day. The same motto, always be moving. Hashtag ABM. And today I have with me Latrice Folkes Jones. Actually, the first time I met her, she was not married and was just Latrice Folkes. Good thing.
Yeah.
Folks. So good thing I had her name up there because I may not have said the Jones part, and hopefully she wouldn't have, have to get me or anything. So actually, just to give a little bit of background about her, she's actually a vegan chef that pretty much, got transitioned, pretty much transitioned because of burnout. So you entrepreneurs out there that are working too hard, actually, even for me, this is going to work me out because I know I constantly go hard all the time. I was up till about, I think about 2, 3 in the morning this morning. Actually, I had plans to go to bed early, but I ended up getting into a little discussion and a little debate with somebody on Instagram. Which is pretty interesting. If I go into that now, actually, my wife says I need to actually bring it up. I don't know if I want to do that here or not. But let's see. So yeah, she is actually a vegan chef that actually got burned out, and she ended up transitioning her business to an online business. So that's pretty interesting when you hear about a health coach. And just to actually, this is actually something if you guys know, I know I've talked about this before. I'm actually an introvert. So actually the way that we met each other was actually, that was kind of a step out of my comfort zone, which was almost, years ago. So how I met her was actually, and this is something for you guys out there that, you want to do something special for your lady friend, your wife, your girlfriend, whoever it is, or just your mom, in general. You need to actually, this is how I actually ended up meeting her. I know at one point in our life, my family and I were actually vegan, and my wife was telling me, I want to learn how to cook vegan because, I've been cooking, I guess, all kinds of food my whole life, but none of the food that I was cooking, learning how to make was vegan food. So I looked online. I don't know if I looked online in the phone book or something, but anyway, Latrice Folkes popped up. So it was Latrice Folkes then. So and I said, look, I said, my wife's looking at doing some actually, vegan cooking. And I said online, it says, or either in the phone book or somehow, I was like, can you teach her how to cook vegan? She said, yeah. She said, come on out, get a gift certificate. She said, I have a class and all this stuff. And so I went out, met her, got the gift certificate, and actually her and my wife are good friends. They talked several times, ever since then, over the years and all that stuff. And I guess we kind of lost touch or basis for a while because actually she did have a restaurant, vegan restaurant right here because she is local, obviously, because I reached out to her and met her. She's local from Greenville, South Carolina. Well, at least the restaurant was in Greenville, South Carolina. And yeah, I wanted to bring her on because I guess somehow last week she actually commented on one of my posts. Oh yeah, that's the post that it was when I transitioned from going to an employee from an entrepreneur. And she commented on it, and somehow, we started talking, and she started telling me all this stuff about building out bots and funnels. I was like, wait a minute. It was like, man, when we first talked, you were just trying to grow your brick and mortar. But obviously she realized and saw the importance of actually growing her business online, social media. So I'll actually let her tell your story. I know I pretty much, hopefully I didn't tell too much of the story, but obviously they say the devil's in the details. So she can go into the real details, the nitty gritty part of it, and really why. She can give you the psychology as to why she went the route that she did. So I want to welcome Latrice Folkes. Thanks for hopping on. It is pretty much early for me. I mean, yesterday I woke up early, but it's like 9 o'clock now. I just pretty much woke up probably about 30, 40 minutes ago. So I'm still, getting refreshed. I don't drink coffee, just drink water. So it's going to take me a little longer to get the, my brain cells running. But yeah, so I want to welcome her on the show, on the podcast, in the group. And you can have the floor. Just give a little, I guess, introduction about your story and all that stuff.
Okay. Thank you for having me, Mike. I'm glad to be here. Yes, we connected years ago, and me and your wife, we're good friends now. So we've been together for years, but basically it started through, vegan lifestyle and stuff like that. But especially me and your wife's relationship, it grew to like the transition that I made to going online more. And I've always been like an online entrepreneur, even before it was popular. Like, for example, I use Aweber as my my autoresponder. Okay. I've been with Aweber for 11 years. So that's how long that I've been online. And so being online is not new to me, but when I decided that I was going to, be mostly fully online, I still do like a little bit of private chef work. But, I decided after a major burnout, I feel like I'm all over the place already trying to tell you my story.
Go ahead. It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Yeah. So restaurant number 3, because I've owned 3 vegan restaurants in my lifetime. So restaurant number 3 was basically my baby, because it was the restaurant that I had that I built from scratch. Like, it was an empty shell and I had construction and, and it was like all me. Like, I created this whole thing and it was a lot. The restaurant before then, it was inside of a healing center. So it was basically already set up. I just basically took over the restaurant. And the restaurant before that was with my ex-husband. We had a raw food deli and health food store in Atlanta, Georgia. And so basically I didn't have to do anything for that really, besides, be the chef. But this last one, I had to do everything from scratch. I designed it and everything. So it was a lot. And then it didn't go as planned, of course, because if anybody know about doing any type of construction on brick and mortar, nothing ever happens. Nothing. There's always something on the code. There's always something that goes wrong. There's always something. So basically, I ran out of money, even with the best plan. So it's like I had to do so many things to like make it happen. And it really put me behind. So it made me work harder. So the actual goal that I had of just having employees and coming in and I mean, I still had employees, but, just coming in and being able to, prepare the food and do all these things. And I was actually going to hire somebody to prepare the food that I trained them to do that. None of that happened. And it wound up making me work way harder than, I wanted to. And, restaurant business is hard anyway. So anyway, that I opened that restaurant in like 2012, I think the middle of 2012. It might've been 2013. It was 2013. And by 2015, I was closing the restaurant. I was burnt out. I was exhausted. I didn't even want to cook no more. That's how hardcore it was. And at the time, I was a single parent. I had 2 small children, my 2 beautiful daughters and stuff like that. So actually doing a brick and mortar restaurant like that wasn't the best business model for a single parent, with a limited income, limited amount of money and stuff, because, I got loans and all that stuff. But anyway, I realized that I needed to, create something that was more scalable, to create something that I can spend more time, with my children, with my family, to set myself up in a way that I took care of myself instead of putting everybody's needs before my own, or creating something that kept me in the continual loop that I wasn't able to, just enjoy life and do the things that I wanted to do. So that burnout, it was a blessing in disguise, because I don't, most people would not just be able to open a brick and mortar restaurant, off the thing, but most people can start an online business. And it's not that it's not challenging. It's not that it's not a lot of moving parts to work online. I just feel like, especially as a female entrepreneur, when we're managing, so many things, multiple roles, that we have to act. So side note, I do cater mostly to female entrepreneurs at this point, because of my experience. Not that I don't love you guys and stuff like that, but I find that it's a little more challenging for women to start online businesses, because we do so many things. We usually, especially if you already have children and stuff like that, or a husband, or, or you're working another job because you're a single parent and stuff like that. It's like you have so much going on. And then our, regular female nature, we're nurturers. we're usually the ones who give more than what we really have, and we put ourselves last. And so, like, to have the stamina and the focus, you know, to even be able to focus on a business when we have all those things going on, it can be challenging. So, I focus on us as female entrepreneurs. And I was able to, you know, marry my love for holistic healing and health with, you know, business, because I researched so much. A lot of things I bootstrapped and did myself, you know, to save money. So I learned how to build websites. I learned like every little tech little thing. I'm like, I love it, you know. So I realized that in building my business, or even trying to market my brick and mortar business, I learned so many things that I really loved, you know, that aspect of it. So marrying holistic health, business, and personal development, because our business is a reflection of us. So we always have a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? We always have a lot of stuff going on, like mentally, emotionally. And that's why I say, from a female aspect, emotional, you know, dealing with our emotional things that keeps us from like creating a business, you know, a successful, profitable business, because, you know, we're always telling ourselves that we're not enough, or can we really do this, or do we have time for this and stuff. And there's like a lot of underlying things that keeps us from being successful, you know, in our business. You know, you have the emotional stuff, you have the time management, you have the self-care of having enough energy to do that, and, you know, creating, you know, enough systems so that you can have systems in place so that you spend, you know, less time doing the busy work, and those things are already working for you, so you can really focus on, you know, building your business. So that's what I specialize in now.
That's a good story. I know, first off, well, actually, I was looking for our video in my group, but apparently I'm live on my page, so I clicked the wrong button. So just to let you guys know, I think I did this maybe once or twice before. I didn't want to go live on my Facebook page, but on my personal page, but it's all fine and dandy. I guess people needed to hear this.
Are you on your personal page too?
Well, no, I'm actually I'm not in my group at all. I'm just in my.
Oh, really? Yeah. When I'm looking at it, I thought I saw us in the group. Oh no, that says Mike C. Oh, okay.
So yeah, but actually, and then I guess just the process of how you've been an entrepreneur for like 20 years. I mean, because my wife actually told me about that, you know, before we hopped on. So I mean, how does that feel? I mean, when was the last time you actually had I guess a full-time job, like you were an employee?
A full-time job. Out of the 23 years that I've been an entrepreneur, I had one real job that I decided to get in between my second restaurant and my third restaurant, because I decided that my mother was having some health issues. Okay, she was having a lot of health issues. She went in the hospital. You know, she was suffering with sarcoidosis and high blood pressure, prediabetes, all this kind of stuff. I thought I was going to lose her. So I was like, okay, I am not doing what I'm supposed to be doing at this point. So I got a job at the post office. I was the mail lady. So I was delivering mail. I did that for like 3 years, in between like 2010 to like 2013 when I opened a restaurant. But I really did it to like, you know, build my credit, save money, because I decided I'm going to reopen my restaurant, because yes, I'm doing these online cleanses. By that time I had wrote and self-published my book, my cleanse detox book and stuff like that. So I was selling that online. I was also doing like how everybody have a membership site now. I used to have a membership site on Ning. Do you remember Ning?
I never heard of that. What is it?
Ning, you can have all these communities and stuff on Ning. So I had a membership site on Ning. And so that's how I would, like, you know, talk to people, meet people. I would go into different other social media groups and stuff like that. I'd invite people to my group, not in a spammy sort of way, but, you know, you just kind of meet people on there and they ask what you do. So I was able to build a membership site then. And then I wrote the book, and then I decided to do an online program with the book. So I did an online cleanse program, and people went through. Then it was the Life of Detox 28-day raw food cleanse. And so I started the cleanse, and that was back in like 2007 or something like that. So that was, I guess that's why I've been on AWeber so long. And I forgot what I was talking about. What was the question?
Well, the question was, well, pretty much you answered it. I mean, at least in some aspects of it, you were just,
my job, right?
20 years. Like, oh yeah, when was the last time that you've been been an employee? So,
That's
I mean,
it. In the whole years, that's the only time that I've been like a real employee, that I wasn't like, doing an online business or had a restaurant or something like that. So
I see, actually, my wife is on. So hello, it says, yes, we do. Yeah, my wife actually says, I guess she was talking about in reference of when you were actually talking about how women do a lot of stuff, carry many hats and all that stuff. She says, yes, we do too much sometimes. And yeah, I can vouch for that, because really pretty much the main reason why I'm here is because pretty much my wife, because she handles like a lot of the other stuff in the household, but yet she's trying to grow her business too.
yes.
So I mean, it's a hard job. And obviously, yeah, she's going to push me up. Actually, she does push me up first. So I mean, that's I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, and obviously, yeah, it's not like that in every relationship, every marriage, every I guess household, but it's like that in our household. Not to say it's right or wrong. I mean, if you're doing that, I can't say whether it's good or bad. It's just whatever works for you and whatever works in your house, and that's what works for us. Mm-hmm. So I see that Jacoby jumped on. What's going on, Jacoby? How you doing? And there's one other person that's watching that I really can't see. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. It might be a little feedback. Hold on, let me see if I can quiet it out a little bit. But yeah. So let me see who else is on here. Looks like Jacoby. I don't know. It says there's 3 people watching, but I don't know who it is. But let's talk a little bit, because you have a school now.
Oh, you know what? I'm the other person, probably because I have it on my cell phone and I didn't realize. I'm probably the culprit.
Oh, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to figure out, who's on. But yeah. So if you so you have a school now. Let's talk about your school, Whole You School. So I mean, exactly what is that? How did you come into that? How did you develop that? How long has it been in existence and everything like that?
Okay, so Whole You Life and Biz School. Okay, so basically the whole you, because again, I feel like your business is a reflection of you, especially if you have like a personal brand. So like, it's going to take every part of you to make it work. It's really deep, so not only are you going to like just create a business and just set up some funnels and that's what it is. You can kind of do that. But if you really want to build a personal brand that really impacts the world, then you're probably going to do, more than that. Even though that's enough, that's enough as well too, because if you're building a funnel, you're trying to build a system for people to get from where they are to where they want to be. So basically that's what a funnel is. It's not like a sleazy thing. We just trying to sell you like fake dreams and stuff like that. You're trying to get somebody from where they are to where they want to be, whether it is, having more money, for their family so that they're not stressed and strained and they can like live the life that they want to live, whether it's like getting them from not having the health they want or the weight that they want and helping them to get into a program that you can help them with so that they can lose their weight and stuff like that, but the point that I was saying about is the whole you, because I feel like your business, I call it like you should create a you-centered business with client-centered products and services. That's my whole thing that I say, it's like when I came up with that, I was like, you know what I'm saying? Because most people like, just do a business for what your client wants, what people wants from you. No, you have to decide how you want to work. Like before, I was working with the restaurants. I'm working long hours all day. You can't take vacations and stuff like that. As soon as you go, my employees go crazy. Like it's they say, just get some employees. When you have a brick and mortar building, it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's different. So you have to decide how you want to set up your business. How do you want to set up your business? Do you want to work completely online? Do you want to do retreats and stuff because you like to see and feel people in person? What type of people do you want to work with? You know what I'm saying? Like, who do you want to work with? Like, I've chosen to work with women. I still work with, men on certain things and stuff like that. But my main thing, because that was my passion, because of my experiences and the things that I know are pitfalls, especially for female entrepreneurs, I decided to focus, mainly on, female entrepreneurs. So you can pick who you want to work with. You know what I'm saying? So once you decide those things and you decide what your ultimate goals and your desires and stuff are, then you can form a business that is a part of you, that works around your life. You consider things like self-care. How am I going to take care of myself every day so that I don't experience a burnout, so that I have the energy to run my business and do, what's necessary to do it, that I'm a reflection of that. And, but then you also create, what your clients need, because you can't be in business if it's just for yourself. So when you're creating your products and your services, you want to create products and services for what your ideal people, what it is that they really need, that's going to solve a real problem for them, that's going to make a transformation for them, that's going to really impact their life and stuff. And when you create a business like that, then it really, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong besides not marketing, and I've had that problem like for years as far as marketing, consistently and stuff like that. So 2019 was a time that I was like, okay, well, let me put even more of these systems in place. So a course that I created, I've done a couple of, I've ran people through it, already, my Balanced Boss Business Academy. And that's basically like, creating a balance so that you not only have a profitable business that you're making consistent income, but you're also have, taken excellent care of yourself. You're clear about what you want, and what you're creating. And you set up the systems. You set up the systems for organization, not only in your business, but in your home. You set up a system for self-care, which is kind of like in the, like your daily morning rituals and stuff, what you're going to start your day off with. So you're starting your day off with self-care, and you're setting up a profit system, which is a simple funnel so that you can like get clear on what it is that you're actually selling to your person. Because me, I'm always doing too much. Okay. I do way too much in everything I do. I'm like, cause my brain is always like that. So me, I'm really trying to simplify stuff a little bit more. I mean, way more now, simplicity, because people don't have time. People don't have the brain, the brain to, get things done. So I'm just trying to make things as simple as possible, create templates for people, so that they can go ahead and get started. So one of my favorite softwares is Thrive Themes, and I like to create, products for people that's like affordable. Because I know, like at times when I started out, I didn't hardly have no money. When I was doing like the online thing, when I first started out, which brought me to the point of bootstrapping a lot of things, and really like I've wasted money on a lot of things that I need to buy, but like being able to narrow it down to what it is that you really want, because I love tech gadgets. So I'm always signing up. I know a lot about a lot, like, membership sites, which ones to pick, I've tried almost everything, I mean, there's always stuff coming out, but like just being able to streamline your tools and stuff so that you just have what you need without getting overwhelmed or stuck in like, tech stuff and not actually getting done or getting to your business. So.
Yeah. So I guess if a new entrepreneur, even a business owner that's doing business for a while, what if you're actually just trying to transition your business online, or even, I guess that might be somewhat of the same, because I mean, really, even if you've been a business owner, well, I mean, I guess there's a little bit of different things, like a brick and mortar person that's been in business for a while and somebody that's just hopping on, getting into, starting their own business. But I mean, what would be the process that you would tell them to take? I mean, you somewhat answer this, but kind of, vague. I want you to go into a little more, detail, because really that wasn't a question, earlier.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you were going to tell, I guess, a starting out entrepreneur or entrepreneur that wants to transition their current business online, what would be the steps in the process that I mean, I know you talked a little bit about funnels and how you said, funnels are just taken from, taking one person or a customer itself from point A to point B. So, pretty much. So, I mean, how would you, or what softwares would you tell them to use? I mean, how would you tell them to get started?
Okay. The first thing I would tell them to do is get clear, absolutely clear. You know what I'm saying? Like clear on, how they want to set up their business as far as their business model. How do they, want to, how they want to work. first of all. Then I would tell them to get absolutely clear, about their ideal customer. Okay. And not to like just, oh, I'm doing this for everybody. It's like pick a person, like if they're already in business, because they're already in business, they have a brick and mortar, something, and transition online. So they know the type of people who love their products anyway. So they need to like create either like a combination of people or that one person that they, have served in the past. And like, look at them. They could even call them up, because I suggest if you already have clients, like I just did this like last week. I had client calls. I sent out an email to my list, and I had like client calls that I jumped on the phone with them for like 20 minutes because I do have a program coming on, and I wanted to get clear and simplify and find out what it is that my people need. So finding out what they need. Okay. So being clear about your customer, and then being clear about your offer. Because a lot of people just start like, like pushing out content, a lot of content, but they don't even have an offer. And if you're in business, then you want to start off with an offer. I did that. But, that's why I don't do a lot of social media now, because I don't like just like waste my time. Like if people is not looking at my stuff and they're not figuring out what it is that they want, I don't, I kind of lose steam. But I'm putting a system in place for that, because I'm just going to do like 30 posts and stuff at one time. Then I'm going to do like a template in Canva or whatever, and I'll just have it automated. I'll have it automated as well. And then I'll like connect with my people through lives and stuff like that. But anyway, so yeah, have an offer. Have an offer. Decide what it is you're about to sell before you create an ounce of content. Okay, because your content should be like leading people to your offer. Okay, because people want a transformation. So your offer is going to offer a transformation for them, so create your offer first and then work backwards from there. So if you create your offer, then you can create a freebie that will bring them in, and that's the start of your funnel is, having that freebie that's like easy to consume, that they could just like eat up and they want more. You know what I'm saying? So, but you don't create that first. You create that after you have an offer, so that you can like send them through the process and you can, start making money. Because you can like do a lot of time, just doing the content, which is valuable because people want the value, and you're building, trust, you're building stuff. So it's beneficial. But to make money quicker, start with an offer. And yeah, so I guess that's the main thing. Start with an offer, know your client, your customer, know where they hang out so that you can be spending the right amount of time in the right places, and know what you want, know what it is, know what your passion is, know what your talents are, like your life experiences, what they brought you, where they brought you to. It's not necessarily like what you went to school for, not necessarily what you did, in your career. It could be anything. You could have had a hobby and you're just canning fruits and vegetables. You can create a course about that. You can create a course about that. So that's my main thing. So back to the tools that I would use starting out. I would start off with a tool that can grow, it depends. It depends, I would say, because there are tools that's like more all inclusive. It'll help you to get started a little bit quicker, like a ClickFunnels or like, lead pages, like those type of things. You can get started and stuff like that quicker. Thrive Themes has a lot of templates. It's a little overwhelming. So I am going to tighten up that and make it less choices, and it's going to be more geared towards female entrepreneurs. And like you'll have a opt-in template, you might have a challenge template. Then they have those things, but I'm going to grow them up, and I'm going to have templates for my people so that they can go ahead and get started. And what I like about Thrive Themes, it's like a WordPress plugin. I like WordPress because you can grow with WordPress. But WordPress have like other issues, like you have security issues that you got to think about. Like just having too many plugins sometimes it's just doing way too much, So if I had to streamline it, I would do Thrive. Only because like when I first started out in business, I didn't have a lot of money. So to have, you know, something that has like a monthly fee that one month I may not be able to pay, you know, because I'm growing my business, you know, you just want something that you can, you know, that can grow with you. So, but the other option, like ClickFunnels and stuff like that, it will, you know, you can get started earlier. I mean, easier. You do have people who can, you know, help you through, especially if you get on the right path and the right line. But so that's an option. And the other way is an option of just doing it from, you know, scratch.
So, yeah, I know you well, actually, let's talk about, I guess, the product and the offer. Actually, I got a lot of products, but I really don't have, I guess, my own main digital product made myself, because pretty much I'm an affiliate for a lot of people. And some people talk about, you know, I guess your free offer should have some type of correlation to your next offer, to your mid-level offer, and then to your high tier, you know, offer. But some people say, you know, the opposite. So, I mean, I guess, how do you determine? Obviously, I mean, and we talked a lot about this, or a little bit about this, you know, in our conversation before we hopped on the interview. Well, not today, but I mean, last week in Messenger and all that stuff. So, I mean, how would you, I guess, as far as the process of developing a product? I mean, because I think that's what a lot of people, you know, have issue with. Like, because I mean, if I'm just somebody that's trying to transition from, you know, an employee, even though you have been an employee, it's been a while since you've been an employee, but I mean, you know, as far as somebody that's trying to transition, is like, well, what if I don't have a product to offer? I mean, what would you tell them? It's like, you know, how can I get started making money now? Because you said in order pretty much to, you know, really make money right now in the beginning, you need to have, I guess, a product. So what's the easiest way or the quickest way to develop a product? Or should, you know, you just sell somebody else's products?
Well, I'm a believer in affiliate marketing and programs, because I've made money as an affiliate to different things. Like even in the health, you know, as a health coach, or, you know, in the restaurant vegan, I can't remember the name of, you know, one of those big old summits and stuff. It was one of the plant-based summits and stuff. But, you know, I was an affiliate for that. And I made a nice amount, you know, of money just by, you know, sending the email out to my list. And I'm an affiliate for a lot of the different plugins and stuff that I use, you know. So always that's the part of, I feel, Balanced Boss, is having like streams of income that you don't have to like do stuff for. So definitely do that. You know, things and products that you love, you know, become an affiliate for that if they have an affiliate program. You can take affiliate program, because I get caught up in affiliate program all the time. When I tell you people sell me stuff all the time off of JV Zoo and stuff, I got a buying band on myself right now, because I'm just out of control, like for the next, and don't be using them at all. But you can make lucrative money as far as being an affiliate, you know. So definitely you could do that to start. You know what I'm saying? You can do that to start, especially if you have, you know, experience with, you know, a particular product that has kind of worked for you, or you see that it's working for other people and stuff like that. You can do that. And a thing about an affiliate stuff, they usually have systems already set up for you that you don't have to create yourself, you know. But I'm a control freak, so I like to be in control. I like to be in control of what I have going on. So I do suggest that you do get a product of your own at some point. But on the other side of that, you can sell a product that you know works, you know, and that is going to sell, you know, and they got all the systems set up for that. But as far as I would say, have a plan. And again, that clarity is key. You know, having a plan and knowing what it is that, you know, your ideal customers or the people that kind of follow you needs, you know, that's in the gap that is not covered by maybe the product that you're selling them, and they're like, oh, they're having a hard time. Like when I realized that business, you know, especially for female entrepreneurs, was not just business, that, you know, women get caught up with, you know, their emotions. They get caught up with managing their time because they have so many things that they're doing and spread so many different places, and that they're caught up with keeping their health on point. You know, they might be making bukus of money, but their health is not reflecting it. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to stop you from making money, but, you know, long term, so that, you know, you can keep going. And I found that, you know, women don't really like selling. You know what I'm saying? They don't like selling, so, having something like creating a product after you don't find out what your people wanted, you know what I'm saying? And then that's the other thing too. You don't want to just be creating no whole bunch of products just because you think somebody wanted, ask people, do many of my programs, I started off with I sold it before I made it. You know what I'm saying? To see if people bought it, and then I make the product. You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of saves time as well too. But that could be stressful, trying to keep up with creating all the content as well too. So you definitely want to have like a very good outline of what it is and some lessons so that you're ahead of the curve and stuff, so that you make sure that you're given the value that needs to be given. And if you do it as far as like a what do you call that? What do you call that when you do that? Kind of like a test.
Market analysis or something?
No.
You?
It's not coming in my head. Like you do your test course and stuff, and you lower the price, or beta, like a beta group or something. A beta group, you do it at a substantially lower price, or even sometimes for free. But I suggest that you do it at a lower price so that you know that it actually sells. People will pay money for it. And then you're creating the course to the product. And then when you relaunch the course again, then you can like tighten it up through the feedback. You can have stuff already done, and you're creating products that you know that people want. Because again, we're not trying to waste no whole bunch of time. We don't have time for this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how can you get things done without wasting too much time and too much money? So.
Yeah, that's true. I know my wife said your offer should offer a transformation indeed. And then she said her view is, I guess, delayed, which is probably so because usually when you're streaming and stuff, Be Live, usually it takes a while to, I guess, the streaming time and all that stuff's different from Be Live to our computers and Facebook and all that stuff is probably delayed. Then she says Thrive Themes, which I guess that's because, is Thrive Themes kind of like a ClickFunnels, but it's just a lot cheaper? I mean, how does that
Thrive Themes is basically like they have like a bunch of products in their suite. So basically they have like the theme and landing pages. All of this is for WordPress. So you would be on WordPress. So they have the theme and the landing pages, but they also have lead generation tools. They're like a conversion centered plugin. So they have like A/B split testing. They have a course platform that you can get, like Thrive Apprentice. They have a quiz builder, and everything is like top of the notch. You know what I'm saying? So whereas in some things you would spend it on a bunch of different tools, they have it all in one. And the thing I like about Thrive Themes is that once you buy it, even though you can like get their membership, even if you stop their membership, you never lose your stuff. Wow. Like once you install it on your website, you know what I'm saying? It's yours, and they still give you updates because, like some plugins, if you're not a member, they don't even update your software. You don't get any more updates. So you still get the basic updates. You don't get new products and stuff like that, but everything that's installed in your site, you still own it. You don't lose your stuff. And sometimes when you have like these monthly subscription services, you lose your stuff. You don't lose it because you can't access it until you pay your money. It's not like they like delete everything. Sometimes they might, but most of the time they'll leave it there for when you're ready again and stuff like that. But you're not able to sell all your funnels and stuff shut down if you don't pay that month, if you don't pay that money that month. So that's why I like Thrives, because it's, it's on top of it. And it's not janky. It's like real good stuff. Like the team works really hard, like for instance, I'm not going to say about which course I'm in, but I just paid like $1,500 for a course, a course on courses. But then Thrive came out with a course on courses, and it was $97, which I bought afterwards. It was $97 for us as Thrive 3 members. I bought it after I bought the $1,500 because it was like using Thrive products to set it up. And I was like, I know I'm using Thrive. And the other person was like, their thing was Kajabi, and I'm like, Kajabi, that's like $100 and something a month off the top. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have it, then it could stop, because business is up and down sometimes when you're first getting started and you're figuring out what works, who your people are, where you are, stuff like that. So the Thrive, when I tell you the Thrive course was like, I'm not going to say way more beneficial, because the other course was really good too, but it was really beneficial. And it had like, like the information kind of that I was learning, like, it was just like phenomenal. They just got good products. I'm their little cheerleader and stuff like that. So, yeah. But even though they taking forever proving my daggone affiliate, because I'm trying to become an affiliate for them. I'm about to send them an email like, what is taking y'all so long?
I guess so. With Thrive, you actually have to have an existing WordPress website, or do they have actually integration that actually help you set up the website?
It'll help you set up the website, because they got templates for everything.
Wow.
If I was able to share my screen, I would show you, but I don't think I can share my screen.
You can. I don't know why BeLive does that. I've reached out.
You can share your screen, but I can't share mine, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't know why they do that, because I can share. Well, actually, right now in this setting, I can't, because I did interview. But if I would have went into another setting, I could share mine. But the guests can't share their screen, which I've talked to them about that before. And it's like, when are y'all going to allow the guests to share your screen? They're like, well, we're working on it and all this stuff. But anyway, so I guess
technically I could have just turned the camera around. I didn't think about that, because I ain't using the extra camera. But basically, like, you could build a WordPress site from scratch using, it's like it's a builder, a website builder. It's a website builder, but it's with conversion centered things. Like, it has like what do you call that? I'm gonna show you this real quick. It has like a gallery of, like, it got sales pages and stuff already written out. So that's kind of like in a sense of a ClickFunnels. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Yeah, because I'm gonna just turn it around. Yeah, but you could ask me something else while I'm doing that. But it's good. I didn't come on here just to be like a threat. But like, if I had to start with something, I would learn that, because everything has a learning curve. Like I said, I'm simplifying it in my program that I'm doing so that people don't have to like go through all this stuff. But let me show you this. Let me see. That's looking at you, because I switched back to the page to make sure that I had the thing. I know how this is going. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I think I got it. No, because it's okay. I got it now. So this is like a template of their landing pages. Can you see this? Because now I can't see you, because I can't see what's on the camera.
Yeah, I can see. I can see. It says what, 274 landing pages?
Yeah, so like they have all these templates, but let me show you one, for instance, like their sales pages. Where's their sales page? Let's do this one. Bright lead. See, it has like lead generation, 2-step lead generation, confirmation page. So you don't have to do it, but look at the sales page. So their sales page revealed the new way to boost your website. Okay, why you need this product. They just have it already, set up that you could do plug and play. But the other part of it, can y'all see that?
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah, but the other part of that is that, where's that sales page? Like, this sales page kind of shows you how to make a sales page. You know what I'm saying? Like, what to put there. Where is that sales page at? Okay, I think it's this one. See, highest converting long form sales page you've ever built. So instead of just having like lorem ipsum, thing, it says the subheading has one job: make your visitor want to keep reading. And it tells you, how to create the sales page. I love Thrive. Thrive is the bomb.
Wow.
So what I'm saying is they have templates, and it's real easy to set up. It's real easy to set up. But anyway, that's my main tool that I would tell people, to use. That's what I'm going to have people set up their funnels and stuff with inside my program, personally, because I know what it is, especially somebody starting off. But I'm not going to, because I know you do ClickFunnels. So I'm just saying, like,
I know some people can't afford, like you said, some people can't afford ClickFunnels.
Yeah, so you gotta have both. You gotta have both options, but it's definitely value in ClickFunnels. It's definitely value in the community of it. It's definitely the value of being able to set up stuff, you know, a little bit quickly, you know, and stuff without too many options and stuff like that. They have funnels already built out for you and stuff like that, you know, so it's definitely beneficial. But like if you starting out, you know, I would start out with something like that I didn't have to worry so much about, okay, if I don't make enough, this, even though you should be, if you start off with having your offer first and then you create, you know, consistent content, you know, to, you know, push people towards that, you know, that offer, then, you know, and you finding, you know, your right people and you know what they want, you know, so that you're making an irresistible offer so that they have to have it, then you shouldn't have a problem with that. But again, everything takes work. Everything takes figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? So it may not be like instant. You know, a lot of times people try to tell us about this online business that is instant and you're going to make $1 million tomorrow. You know, it's still a lot of work, you know, but it's scalable if you're setting up the right systems. If you set up a consistent income funnel, if you set up a content plan so that you can consistently connect and meet more people, or you come and do interviews and stuff with people and get in front of their audiences and stuff like that, then, you know, it's important. So
yeah, I know you. Let's talk about collecting emails. What is the easiest way to collect or to acquire an email? You know, because obviously you said you've pretty much had Aweber for 11 years. I mean, so obviously I can only imagine how many emails and stuff you have. But I mean, what are some, I guess.
But I try, because I haven't been consistent like all the years. So I got a few thousand emails at this point. But you know, then, you know, a lot of my emails are from like straight vegan stuff as well, too, because I've been a vegan chef for over 23 years. And that was my main thing. And for me to switch to business, even though it ties in the self-care and I have cleanses and stuff within, you know, the program, it's still like a business program. So to do that, I had to set up like a different lead magnet, as they call it, or opt-in or a landing page, you know, because you want to create a landing page or opt-in that's specific to what your ideal person would want. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have more than one customer type, but you don't want to have it to try to talk to a bunch of people. You want it to talk to one person, and it'll get like those people like them. It'll even get people who may not even be that person, or, you know, but you want to speak to a particular thing. Even though, side note, I tend to do a lot of things because my whole thing is like the balance of those things. So I'm going to be attracting like different people, but basically I'm attracting, you know, females that have a business or want to have a business, you know, I'm still attracting that person, but, you know, yeah. So basically, and I've tried several others. I've tried ConvertKit. I've tried Active Campaign. I've tried a lot of different things, but because ConvertKit is good and stuff too, Aweber finally switched over so that you can do tagging and all that kind of stuff, and it just wound up being cheaper for me. So that's why I kind of like just stuck with it. But if I started from scratch, MailChimp, not as far as like a really, really good thing, because sometimes people may not get your emails and stuff like that. But if somebody is like starting from scratch, I do put them on, like if they don't have like the extra, you know, and they're trying to keep their prices as low as possible to get started, I start them on MailChimp because you can have up to 2,000 people. And if you're a hardcore marketer, you got to be careful. They'll shut your stuff down. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the best thing for everybody. But if you got like a regular little business that you're trying to create and you just want people to get a welcome email when they sign up for your list or something like that, then, you know, MailChimp might be the way to go. But it's not something that I would grow with, you know. But I do suggest that for my newer people who need to just get started on something. But Aweber, I usually suggest that one as well too, because it's more affordable. They have very good email deliverability. And so I learned that that's important as well. You know, if people are getting your emails, you know, so.
Yeah, I know. Actually, I tried MailChimp before. Actually, well, the only reason why I got MailChimp when I first, actually, yeah, I did. I had that when I first got started. And I mean, it really, oh, I don't know. Is that, I hear feedback, but yeah. So is it, so I guess with MailChimp, it was, I really didn't like their templates and the way everything was, it just didn't seem, because I guess after a while I got Get Response because, and I guess the only reason why I still use ClickFunnels is the fact that I just have so many funnels. I've been given so many funnels, shared so many funnels.
Right.
So, I mean, from various people, mostly from Anthony Morrison, but he pretty much just gives, me the funnels and all that stuff. So, I mean, I guess you being one of his students, he'll give you a ton of funnels. And then he actually gives them away free pretty much every week. So that's the only reason why I have ClickFunnels. And then also with MailChimp, it was kind of the people I was actually following. So I actually had MailChimp, but I didn't like all their templates and all that stuff. So it's kind of hard. But now I use Get Response, which is kind of an alternative to, I guess, with Aweber. And then a few people actually I talked to, because I understand that probably most people in my group, since I am actually on my page now, a lot of people don't know what we're talking about. Get Response, Aweber, these are actually autoresponders. So what you can do is with an autoresponder is you can send, you can take one email, you can create just one email, and then once you hit send, it'll send it to a lot of people. Some people say, well, why don't you just use Gmail or Yahoo? Well, the thing with that is, some mail receivers, like if you're sending a whole bunch of emails to Gmail, Yahoo, they actually may not receive it. Like she talked about the deliverability of your email. So you want to make sure that it actually hits a person's inbox. It does not go to their spam and actually reaches them, period. Because I don't know how many of you guys check your spam folders, but I know as far as me, I don't check my spam folder. So just to and then my wife says she doesn't get response. She says she loves the templates, which I guess she's talking about themes. And she's actually talking about what else did she say? She says, oh yeah, it's good to know about the courses and stuff, which yeah, obviously I'm reading some of these comments a little late. And then she said she shared the interview in my page. So thanks for doing that on my in my group. But yeah, so an autoresponder is just actually just a way where you can compose all your emails. It pretty much just holds all your emails, because you don't want to, it's hard to, I guess, sort through, different emails. Like if you're acquiring emails and you put them in a Yahoo, I mean, first of all, it's going to take a lot of time. Then, even when you do send the emails, it's going to have everybody's email address on there. I guess you can make a blind copy and all that stuff, but it's just easier to compose, keep all these emails and everything in one source. And that's kind of what we're talking about, a system that a software actually composes and holds all these emails and everything. So, so I guess why, let me ask you this question. So I guess obviously you've been doing this for almost, like you said, 23 years now. But a lot of people, like you're seeing, they're just getting started. They have an employee mindset, and, they don't understand, because some people still don't think. People actually, when I left my job, they were asking me, they said, how you going to make money? It's like, what do you mean I have a bit? They couldn't understand you have a business, because actually I was working with another guy, and he actually has a brick and mortar store, which they say, he's making money, he's doing all this stuff. But it's like, y'all don't understand or realize that you can pretty much make the same exact, I mean, you can actually probably more than likely make more money.
You're going to make more money.
Yeah.
I made like over 6 figures, like in my restaurant. And did I have a damn thing to show for? No, I made a lot of money. But, with the overhead, the expenses, the building, the insurance, the employees, the food, suck all your money up. But if you make 6 figures in your online business, you got to deal with taxes, but that's like your money. You know what I'm saying? That's your money. And that's what, people realize, you have your tools and stuff that you pay for, and it's going to increase, the more that you need, to help people. That's why I try to pick tools that, grow with me, but they don't have to be expensive tools just to, like, do that. Some people be spending way too much money every month just to like do simple stuff that you don't have to do it because that's what they were told. But so I would say again, the thing from transitioning from where you are is getting absolutely clear, getting clear about what it is that you want, your desires, other than just the business. Like, okay, I want to buy a house for my family. I want to spend more time with my family. So you're not going to create an online business that sucks up all your time, in a way. You got to create, first of all, systems. You have to create, scheduling, like when are you going to go live? You know what I'm saying? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? Because you can do the grind, you could do the hustle, and there's going to take some grind and some hustle to get started. It's not all systems, you know, like I used to be like, oh, the hustle versus systems. No, it's hustle and systems. You know what I'm saying? The systems make the hustle easier. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to have stuff like an autoresponder so that, you know, like when people buy your product, you don't have to send them an email right then in Gmail, you know, that you got to type. I had to do that in the beginning. In the beginning, first of all, they didn't have all this stuff when I first started online. That's number one, okay? I mean, apparently they had Aweber, but before I had Aweber, I was doing it through my email. And there was like some type of software. It was like 25 cents per thing that you sold. And I found that at least, because at first I used to have to email everybody who bought one of my books. I used to have to email them. You know, you send a little thing that say, yeah, you will get this in 3 to 4 hours after you make your purchase, because it's not automated. And you have to like upload the file to the email and send it to that person. So systems and automation helps your life be easy, because you don't even have to think about it. Once you set up the system, you know, and you test it and nobody's telling you that they're not getting their product or something like that, as soon as they buy it, it's already to their inbox, you know, or they're already accepted into the membership that they're in. You know what I'm saying? And the systems don't always work, especially during Mercury retrograde and stuff like that. You know, there's like clicks in the system because it's technology and stuff like that. But in general, you know, you have a system for how you deliver your offer. So just like streamlining everything about what it is that you want, how you want to serve, who your people are, what you're going to offer, and how you're going to get people to that offer. You know, like what type of content do they need that's surrounding that offer that'll let them know that you know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? That will let them know that, oh, this is something that I need and this person can provide that for me. I like her personality. I like, you know, how she thinks, or, you know, I think this person could get me what I want. So, you know, there's always going to be a level of hustle. I'm about to do a challenge. I just wanted to tell y'all that real quick. Again, it's more so for female entrepreneurs, but I'm not going to kick y'all men out if y'all got to come, because y'all got single dads. Y'all got stuff that y'all got to do, and y'all trying to balance stuff as well.
Please don't kick us out.
Yeah.
We money too. So, you know.
Yeah, so it's the Balance Boss Bootcamp Challenge. And so I actually just finished like the system of it. And I've done it in the past and stuff, but I just upgraded it more for, you know, business and stuff. And, you know, being able to set up your systems to get started in business. So you're setting up a balanced, profitable business instead of just an online business. You're setting up something that takes into account like the systems that you need to, you know, set up to have a business that not only makes money, but also nurtures you so that you don't burn out, you know, that also creates a level of time freedom. So you do have time to spend with your children and your peoples and stuff like that. So that challenge is coming up on April 22nd. And the URL is
go ahead.
How?
Go ahead and say it.
Whole Sister. I wish you could see it. Oh, I guess you could type it in the comments, somebody. But Whole Sister, WHOLESISTA.com/BBBCC.
All right. So you can send me that in the comments and I'll go back in or actually you can send me that in Messenger and I'll go back in and put it in the comments. That way people can reach out to you. But I know it's been probably about an hour right now. I don't know how
yes.
Yeah. So I guess let me ask this last question. So what is actually, if you were to have one superpower, what would it be and why?
If I was to have one superpower?
Yeah.
One superpower, I would just say like make dreams, people's dreams come true. Superpower. Like I could just touch people, make their dreams come true. That would be an awesome superpower.
Why would you want that? I mean, why would you want to have?
Because I love to see people happy. I love to see people, you know, just being happy and having a life that they want, you know, having the money that they want, you know, because like the more people are happy and get what they want, as far as that's not, I'm saying what they want in a positive sense, because some people want stuff that's at detriment to you. But, you know, like, you know, if people just want to be happy and live like honestly and have a business that, you know, satisfy their needs and stuff like that. They just want to be healthy. They just want to have, you know, their family and go on trips and stuff like that. I'm all for that. I feel like that'll make the world, you know, better, because people who don't have money, you know, that's more crime, that's more pain, and they're going to cause pain on other people because they don't have what they need. So I like people to have what they need, you know, so.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Good answer. Well, I guess there's really no right or wrong answer, but I mean, just the fact that you can see what type of person she is. She actually cares about people. So I mean, it's not necessarily about her success, but it's about other people's success. So you guys need to find a way to hook up with her, which I will give you a way to hook up to her. It's up to you. It's your choice, your decision, whether you want to move on this or actually just stay where you're at. So I thank Latrice for joining us, and like I said, I will put into the comments. Into here, and I actually put her link and everything like that into the comments. So thank you for joining us, dropping all the valuable information, just telling people how to get from point A to point B, especially when they're starting out or they're trying to transition their current business, brick and mortar, from I guess just an online store, even to get more traffic generation. Actually, we pretty much we talked about everything online, but pretty much you can take some of these tactics and actually figure out how you can get more customers in your stores. Because once you acquire email, you can actually send your customer the email, whether you're a brick and mortar or whatever, give them offers and everything like that, and tell them to come into the store. But just so you can get more foot traffic. But we do thank you for joining us, and you guys reach out to her. It's not necessarily you need to reach out to her, for the vegan side, because you just heard her say, as far as being healthy and all that stuff. Yeah, she does all that, but you just heard her say how she transitioned her business. So if you want to do the same thing, go ahead and reach out to her and see how she can help you. So thank you guys for joining us. And Latrice, if you want to say anything else,
Just one last thing, because I kept saying about having a plan and know what you want. I do have the Balanced Boss Business Plan inside my free resource library at wholeyouschool.com. Yeah, so I'll send that link as well too, and that will help you to plan out. Because it's real. It's a one-page business plan, and when I tell you, it'll help you think of what you need to think of, in your business, so that you can set it up the right way. You need that. So.
All right. Looks like Nikos, you're late, man. You hopped on late, man. Yeah, I see you hitting all the likes and the hearts and all that stuff, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. Hey, better late than never, man. That's what they say. Better late than never. I appreciate you, man. And yeah, I appreciate all you guys. And if you're watching this on the replay, Facebook's pushing it to you whenever. Just say hello. Say something, man. Just put something in the comments. Say you enjoyed the content. Share it with your friends. Hit likes, hit comments. Do whatever you can to do to get this information out, because somebody needs to hear this. Somebody is stuck in a job right now. Because I was just thinking about this last night. I know it was getting ready to end, but actually I kind of went off on this tangent by thinking. I was thinking about this last night, how this is possible. You can transition from an employee to an entrepreneur, no matter how long you have been an employee, no matter what your mindset is. If you constantly continue to try to change your mind each and every day, do something little. I mean, just take a small step each and every day to actually reach your goals, and to take one step closer to your goals. Just try to do something, one step, one thing every day, whether it's read one page in a book, whether it's reach out to one person. Try to do something every day. Try to push yourself. Something that you did not do yesterday, make sure you do it today. So my wife says this is an awesome interview. Thanks for hopping on, sweetie. And we will check you guys out later. And like I said, if you're watching this on the replay, click the link, do something. If you don't want to, if you're shy or whatever, you don't want people to know you're on the interview for whatever reason, you don't want people to know that you are watching us or whatever, just click the link, because the link is going to be in here, and reach out to her at least. I mean, you don't have to read it face to face yet, but obviously eventually you're going to have to meet at some point. But, click the link, get in touch with her, send her an email, do something. Let her know, just thank her for coming on, dropping down the valuable information and everything. And appreciate you guys, and we will have a good one. And until the next time, remember, an object at rest stays at rest. Always be moving, #ABM. I'm getting ready to pull my shirt, but I don't have my shirt on today, just a normal shirt. So, all right, you guys have a good one, and thanks again, Latrice, for joining us.
Okay.
Have a good one.
All right.
All right.